Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Claro, and I work as the director at the Cameron Senior Center. And I am excited to have Bob Rafferty, our transportation coordinator, with me today. And today we're just going to talk about different activities and programs that are happening around the Cameron. And so I'd like to, for people that might not know a lot about the Cameron Senior Center, we basically focus our programs and services for older adults age 55 and over. There's no required hard membership to come to the Cameron Senior Center. It's basically a service to town residents. And we offer a myriad of programs and services, and some of the programs that we offer are, we have over 10 different exercise classes. We offer watercolor. We have a seniors billiards traveling league. We actually have 2 this year. And Bob, what are some of your favorite programs that you see at the center?
I think one of the most popular things that I see that goes on in the senior center are some of our food distribution programs, such as the Whole Foods food distribution. I know that they've had a record-setting year. They've served over 8,000 people this year, which is amazing. But it shows, how big of a service we do provide to the community here at the Cameron Senior Center. There are a lot of people who need our services, especially outreach, and beyond that, the exercise, also socialization. Socialization is a huge factor that I think impacts the senior community. We see a lot of people just come to the center just because it's more of a family than it is a center. People there interact with one another on a daily basis. Everyone knows each other's name. Not to quote Cheers, but it's true. It's really that type of place.
Right, and I think one of the things that we hear a lot about is when people retire. Sometimes they're kind of like, okay, the first 2 weeks, you're just enjoying not having to get up and be on that scheduled routine. But a lot of times people, after a few weeks or a few months, begin to think, well, what do I want to do with my time? Because they haven't been taking care of themselves, or they haven't been putting themselves first. And sometimes it's a hard first step to come into the Cameron Senior Center, because everybody has different ideas of what it's about. One
of the big things that I hear from a lot of people is they say, when they first considered going there, they thought, why would I go to the senior center? That's where old people go, and I'm 55, I'm young and vibrant. And then when they walk through the door, they realize, oh, there's a lot of other people like me who come here and they're only 55, and they play pool and they play ping pong, and they're very active. So it's not your typical ideal of a senior center where it's very old people sitting around not doing much. We're a very active center, and I think a lot of younger seniors do participate at our center.
Right. And it's just, I think we're very fortunate just because we are a small staff, and we do so much in our building, and it takes help, and we are very fortunate to probably have over 100 volunteers.
That's true.
That assist us in our administrative office, or assist with food shopping, or as Bob talks about, the food distribution programs. And we could not do what we do without our volunteers. So
absolutely.
Perhaps if you don't think you might be interested in some of the programs at the Cameron, it might be an opportunity for you to share some of your skills that you developed over your years and your profession. We would certainly appreciate new insight and extra hands. And sometimes you realize, you start off in a volunteer position, and the next thing you know, you're enjoying programs.
It's true. Yeah. Another big one of the trips that we do.
Yeah.
There are lots of people that really enjoy our trips, and they say, these are places I never would have thought of on my own. We do have a bus company that we work with.
Bloom Travel.
With Bloom Travel that helps us with these trips.
Yep.
They're great destinations, and they're really colorful, vibrant happenings, and usually include a great meal. Once again,
Absolutely.
Food is a big theme throughout the Cameron Center.
Right.
People really enjoy that.
Right. Well, speaking of transportation, you run a magnificent program on the behalf of the town and on behalf of our senior center.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Can you tell us a little bit about just the transportation service and what one could do if they might need transportation assistance?
So one of the big things that I hear from a lot of people is that they never thought that they would need to use our service for transportation. But what happens in life, and it happens to all of us, one of the big things is we have trouble with our eyes, or we have trouble with things as we age, and driving becomes not the most comfortable situation. So that's why we're here. We serve seniors in Westford, age 55 or older, and we serve the disabled of Westford of all ages. We work in a lease agreement with the Lowell Regional Transit Authority, and we provide rides to medical appointments as well as Cameron Senior Center happenings, and then anything else that you might need in your daily life, whether it be grocery shopping, a haircut, you need a trip to a lawyer's office for some reason. That's what we're there to serve. Medical rides are our priority. We aim to serve that first, and we're also a very busy service. Last month we did 775 rides, which is something else. I'm very lucky and very blessed with the staff that I have. We have 9 drivers right now, and some of them are former firefighters, some of them have worked on the ambulance service, some of them are people who just really want to give back to their community. So they're not just employees, they're also people that care, they're people that are part of your community, and they're here to help you and really help fulfill your needs. We go to appointments within Westford, Chelmsford, Concord, Ayer, Groton, Littleton, Carlisle, Acton, and Lowell. So 9 different towns that we serve. And as long as you're a Westford resident, 55 or older, or disabled of every age, we're here to help you. And you can employ our service by calling up 978-399-2322. That's the transportation hotline. Just leave us a message with your name, your phone number, your home address, where it is that you're visiting, what time you'd like to be there, and how long you think you'll be. If all of that's too much for right now, you can also visit the transportation website. westfordma.gov is the town website, and you can find the Council on Aging on that site, and the transportation website is there as well.
Well, and I think the other nice piece is, recognizing that, we serve all social economic levels of people. Right now we're having a donation-based service, so can you give some idea of maybe if somebody wanted to do one your service is door to door,
right?
So if somebody wanted to go to let's just say go to the Chelmsford Day program, since we don't provide that type of program here at the Cameron, what typically would be a charge like to go to a contiguous town?
So currently right now we ask a donation of $3 round trip within Westford. Any contiguous town, that's a town that touches the border of Westford, would be a suggested donation of $6. Any outlier such as Lowell or Concord, we suggest $8. However, starting December 1st, the LRTA has decided to go fare free, and that means that the entire Lowell Regional Transit Authority service, including the city buses, COA buses, etc., will all be fare free until at least September 30th of 2025.
So basically, if I wanted to book a ride, I would just call the number that you gave us and give about a 48-hour notice?
We need at least 2 business days notice, and what that means is if you call on Friday for Monday morning, we probably can't serve that. Because we are so busy, sometimes I'm on the road driving as well. We can't necessarily squeeze all of those rides in within that quick time period. So at least 2 business days notice, and we do get to most of the calls that we get. Right. If we are extremely busy and we have a lot of medical rides, we go on a priority basis where medical ride is the top thing that we're going to serve. So maybe if you're getting a haircut and I have too many medical rides, I might ask you to reschedule, bump it to a different day, but I try to take care of everybody.
Right, right. You do a really good job. And I think the other thing too is you have someone, a staff member call in the afternoons just to do reminder calls, because sometimes we might forget that we have a doctor's appointment or a hair appointment, so getting that courtesy call certainly helps.
Right.
So you all provide a wonderful service, and I know that sometimes we've assisted people that perhaps aren't necessarily elderly or disabled. They just might be a young person that's struggling with transportation and may need some assistance. And I know that you work very closely with the social service staff and trying to also provide transportation to those with a special need.
That's true. Also, during town meeting and special town meeting, we're available for transportation to those meetings. If you go onto our website, you will also see an additional area on the transportation site where you can sign up right online for transportation, and that's for anyone of voting age in the town who would like to attend those meetings.
And another exciting new program, I know you're gearing up for the pilot program with the LRTA, the Fare Free program. Which is a temporary program where, of course, you don't have to pay any donation.
Right.
Everything will be free. But I know you were also very successful in being awarded a grant for medical rides, because I think you've seen maybe that there's an increased need for people to go to more specialty hospitals.
That's true, and we have a new vehicle at the COA that is a smaller vehicle that allows us to fit into certain parking garages, etc. So starting the 1st of 2025, we're going to experiment with driving into Boston medical facilities as well as Burlington to the Leahy Clinic. We're going to start slow with that program and see how well we can meet the needs of the community. But if you do have a ride need that lines up with Boston or the Leahy Clinic, feel free to give us a call. We'll see if we can squeeze you into the schedule and make that happen for you. Like Jennifer said, we did receive grant money for that, so that's great.
Yeah, and that grant money came from the Massachusetts Council on Aging, so we're very appreciative of that. On the other hand, I was just wondering, with the medical rides, are you looking at starting that in the new year, or are you looking at starting, if you get a call tomorrow?
If I get a call tomorrow,
or 48 hours.
We would try to accommodate the best that we could. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Great. So let me ask you, for the many years that you've been doing the transportation coordination, when you have a really bad day, and someone doesn't get out on time and the route gets a little backed up and the driver's getting a little bit frantic, what do you draw on that just makes you just kind of refocus and really appreciate what you do each day?
The thing that I really draw on is some words that I've heard over and over from several people that have used our service, where they have expressed sincere gratitude to us and have said to us, without your service, there would be no other way that I could make this medical appointment, and thank you so much. And at the end of the day, whether it's busy and whether we get, a little flustered with how busy things are, I try to remember we're here to help, and that's really what we do. We help people. Like last month, we helped hundreds of people, as I said at the beginning, and that's what I try to keep at my core to get me through all those days.
Well, you have a hard job, and I know sometimes it's hard to please everyone, and public transportation isn't easy. So we appreciate your service and the great staff that you oversee in providing transportation for people in town.
And honestly, that is the most incredible thing about the Cameron Center. From the top down is our staff, starting with Jennifer and everyone else that we have. We're really blessed to have the people that we have, the director that we have, everyone. It's a great place.
Well, I kind of have to laugh a little bit because, about 15 minutes ago, you and I were both going down to the basement trying to get a wheelchair up for a gentleman to try to figure out what would be the easiest for him to use, a transfer chair or a wheelchair.
Right.
And we never know what's going to occur in a day,
That's
and you
true.
never know where someone is in a day.
Right.
And we are, to your point, we're very fortunate to just have a dedicated staff, people that are flexible, that help each other out, because again, we're here to provide a service to the Westford residents, and I think we do a pretty good job.
And that's a testament to you.
Well, it's a testament to our whole staff and all our volunteers. So, but with that note, I know we've got some programs that are coming up. I know transportation is going to be busy. I know y'all are, unfortunately, we are fortunate to have Jim Garrity and his family and friends Thanksgiving luncheon coming up next weekend, but unfortunately it's pretty much at capacity.
Right. Yeah.
And we're very fortunate to have the Westford Academy Schools host that event, and the cafeteria staff preparing the meal. But that's a real fun time, and we appreciate your drivers driving over the weekend so people can enjoy that event. And I know this weekend, I think we have the ham and bean.
We do at the Franco-American Club.
And
that's by the Westford Fire Association.
Yeah. And
they've done that for years, and we've always provided transportation. Even through COVID, we delivered the ham and bean.
That's hard
dinner.
I forgot about that.
And at during the Garrity dinner, we delivered turkey dinners to everyone too.
I do. But those both are real fun occasions. I think the ham and bean is also sponsored by the Franco and the American Legion Post. I want to say I think it's
the 159.
159, thank you, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And again, many volunteers that help put that on. And I think there's lots of door prizes that are given out. And I think the big specialty is the ham bone.
Yes.
That people get to take home.
Right. And make soup.
Just something very unique to Westford.
It is. We're such a community. We really are in Westford. We're all very lucky to live here.
Yeah.
And then going forward from that, November 20th, we have the Buried in Treasure workshop with Nicole Laviolette, who is our town community wellness officer, and that's to discuss a 13-week series that provides a non-judgmental class on clutter and decluttering and organizing, things of that nature. Nicole is great too.
She is.
If you haven't interacted with her, she is a great person. She really has our community at heart.
Yeah, and we're fortunate to be able to partner with our new community wellness coordinator. And something else that we have that's new that's come up is we have the Metropolitan Opera, the Encore series that we have done with the Littleton Theater, the O'Neill Theater, and we have an upcoming opera. It's Tosca, and it's on Saturday, November the 23rd. At 1 p.m. and we are very fortunate to have the Westford Fund, which is kind of administered by Patty Mason, and this fund has underwritten some of the cost. So if you're interested in the opera, we do have 8 seats left. We actually spoke to O'Neill Theater on Friday, and they were only seats they had left was the front row seats. We were very glad we had reserved our seats early, but it's just a magnificent musical program. So if anybody's interested in going to that opera, we won't be providing transportation on Saturday, but we do have seats. And again, the tickets are $10. And then we'll also have a December opera. It's the Magical Flute. And again, that date is Saturday, December 14th at 1 p.m. So again, if you're interested in going to the opera close by and not having to get dressed up,
right.
This might be something you might like to try. So just give us a call at the Cameron Senior Center. You've heard about some of our programs. We have a lot more programs that can be found in our newsletter.
And we've got a big one coming up December 11th. You'll see Kristen Last there, our town manager. It's the Select Board and Town Manager Breakfast. We do this every year at the Cameron Center. It's a big one. A lot of people show up.
Yeah.
That's December 11th at 8:30. Bring your eating shoes, because they put out quite a spread. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, blueberry pancakes, potatoes, fruit, pastry, scrambled eggs, sausage, and bacon, and it's your select board and your town manager in the kitchen preparing this wonderful breakfast.
Yeah.
And it's free, and we must give credit to the Friends of the Cameron Senior Center who fundraise for us throughout the year, and this event, the town manager and select board breakfast is one that they're covering the cost for, as well as many of our programs at the Cameron Senior Center. So we can't say enough about the Friends of the Cameron Senior Center, and for the people that are members of the Friends of the Cameron, we couldn't do all that we do with that financial support.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know, and really, the people of the center, our attendees, are what make the place what it is. They're the people that we serve. They're the people that we listen to when there is a need in the community. That's what we're there to provide, and we have a great group of participants in our center too, that we serve. Another one that's coming up is Friday, December 13th, the holiday luncheon at the Regency, and that's always a great time. I always hear from the participants at the center how much they love it, how much they love seeing the trees.
Yes.
We have the Upbeats band
Yep.
who plays Christmas music every year, or holiday music,
Yeah.
and people absolutely love that event. They come back year after year.
Well, and I'm fortunate to get to go to that event. You're always transporting, or you're
Always
usually
yeah,
driving,
right.
so you usually don't get to come in.
Yeah.
But again, there's a 10:30 concert, as Bob said, with our Upbeats band. They'll be kind of in the central lobby, and you're sitting amongst all the beautiful trees. We do still have to decorate our Festival of Tree. If anybody wants to help with that, just give us a call at the Cameron Senior Center. We always have a lot of competition from the library. They're really hard to
They're
beat.
very competitive over there.
They
Parade every year. They're always winning everything at the library. We're coming for you, library.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, like if you have some good ideas, even though we always usually come in second behind the library, but they're, you know, we love doing it. We love to support the event, and then also we'll have the Westford Choral Society from the Westford Academy actually doing just beautiful music after luncheon. I think sometimes each year my eye kind of waters up because it's just beautiful to see the diversity of the kids and just the level of music and talent that's before you, and just a wonderful choral director. It's just a great lunch and a great afternoon.
It puts you in the spirit for the holiday season.
It really does.
Yeah.
It does.
And Friday, December 27th, we have the Hanukkah lunch with Martha and Cindy. And they always make great latkes and good stuff, bagels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So, like you said, we like to socialize. We like food, but we also have great exercise, great cultural events, great, just great enrichment programs. And I think, as Bob said, the people is what really makes our center. And we couldn't do what we do without the community here in Westford, the people here in Westford.
It's true.
So we just say thank you. And Bob, thanks for filling in with me today. You did a great job.
So did you.
Yeah.
This has been great.
And we'll see you in January.
All right. Bye for now.